Does that work? But for some reason, we'll do it like that. So, salute to TBL, salute to Chilla, because it's always a dope situation when you get good free battles. It's always a good situation when we get good free battles. So, like I said, salute to Chilla, salute to TBL. First battle that kicked it off was J2 and Clone. Now, that battle actually ended up being better than expected. I got J2 2-1. Clone had a few lines. He had a bunch of those. Come on, bro. Um, he had a couple of bars, but like the gay bars was just crazy. J2 had some good bars. You know, like it was crazy. J2 changed his shirt a- at the beginning of Clone's second round. And Clone was like, "Well, I'm gonna let you finish." And he was like, "Are you done?" Like that was crazy. But that ended up being a really good battle. Now, Chilla mentioned that Clone betted his back end that he would 30 J2. He didn't 30 J2. He didn't. So whatever that back end is, that's J2's money now. Because he clearly didn't 30 J2. That was an interesting and bold bet to make. Um Clone, like you had some shit. You had some shit. You didn't get 30. Uh, you didn't get 30. But J2 2-1. That was a good way to start it off. Good way to start it off. Um then we go into then we go into Rocq Lee and Jay Gray. So let's talk about it. Rocq Lee, Jay Gray. That was the battle that everybody wanted to see. Unfortunately, that battle ended up being very one sided. That battle ended up being very one sided. Um, like Jay Gray 30, but Rock Lee wasn't prepared. She wasn't prepared for this battle. You know, stumbling, choking, um, trying to find ways to prolong it to try to get it together, still can't get it together. Um, reading off her watch. Um, it just wasn't. It was. Don't get me wrong. Jay Gray caught a 30, but it wasn't the battle that like most fans were hoping for. It's another great win for Jay Gray. Don't get me wrong, but a 30 is good, but that had the potential to be a great battle. It had potential to be a great battle. And unfortunately, it ended up being one sided where Jay Gray was prepared and Rockley wasn't. You know, Rockley wasn't prepared and it showed. Salute, Mr. Temperature Check. Oh, I'm not. Salute skills. Look, J grade 30. J grade 30, you know, Rock Lee did not pull up on time and she was not prepared. Rock Lee was not prepared. Like, the battle was not the battle that the fans wanted. It was not. It was not the battle the fans wanted. I wanted Jay Gray to win, but it's like I wanted Rock Lee to fight back. I wanted Rock Lee to fight back. I didn't want Jay Gray to get the 30 easy because Rock Lee was stumbling and choking through all 3 rounds. And then in the third round, she started doing an infomercial for uh TBL. Like, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, and this is no slight the Rock Lee. I mean, I am a fan, but today was just not a good day for Rock Lee. Like, she got 30'd. She got 30'd. She got 30'd. I agree. Rock Lee is 0-6. As far as, yeah, she's 0-6. Because I had, yeah, Eon beat her and now Jay Gray beat her. So, but I ain't even gonna go. And the crazy part is I was telling Cass this. I was telling Casanova this when we were doing predictions for this. I told him that Jay Gray was gonna beat Rock Lee. You know, it's just something about the groove that Jay Gray is in. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just speaking on the battle. You're more than welcome to come up here, Casanova. Yeah, he's trying to do damage control all over the timeline. I'm seeing the bullshit, Cass. I am seeing the bullshit. Like, Rock Lee got 30'd because she wasn't prepared. Jay Gray 30 Rock Lee. No. Salute to Rock Lee. Rock Lee is still Rock Lee, respectfully. But it just wasn't a good day for her. It wasn't a good day for her. Jade Gray was the better woman today and got the 30. That's it. It's no narrative to paint. Like, this is how you know it's no narrative to paint. Go to Rock Lee's page. Rock Lee tweeted that she wasn't prepared. So I'm not creating a narrative. I'm saying what we were all saying watching the battle. She was not prepared. It was a 30. It was a 30. It was a 30. There's not one round that Rock Lee got in that battle. So there was not one round that Rock Lee got in that battle. It was a 30. Rock Lee, salute to her for saying she wasn't prepared. All you did was confirm what we saw watching the battle, which is honorable because you tweeted it saying you were not prepared. Because a lot of battlers would not have gotten on Twitter and tweeted I wasn't prepared. So salute to Rock Lee for that. She wasn't prepared this time for Jay Gray. Does that take away from what Rock Lee has done? No. Just the next time that she pops out, the next time that Rock Lee pops out, she gotta make sure she's on 100. That's it. That's it. Rock Lee just gotta make sure she's on 100 next time that she pops out. That's it. No, I didn't say she read. She was clearly going through reading something on her watch. I didn't say she was reading bars. I said she was reading something on her watch. I didn't say bars. because you would still have to do like this on your watch, even if you're reading a text message. Anybody who has an Apple Watch, you know this. Even if you get a text message on your watch, you still gotta do like that with your finger to move it and read all of the text message. She was reading something on the watch. I didn't say bars. She could have been reading a text message. But we not gonna act like we didn't see her looking at the watch and clearly reading something on the watch. But like that's not a narrative. You're saying bars. I said she was reading something off the watch. Like you see, she's looking at something and reading it. And I'll say it. Even if she was reading the bars off the watch, to see what she left off at, it didn't help because she still choked in all 3 rounds. There's no narrative to start there. She choked all 3 rounds because she wasn't prepared. Let's call it what it is. She choked. But the honorable part with Rocq Lee is that she tweeted she was unprepared. You know, very few battlers will get on Twitter and tweet they weren't prepared. So salute the Rocq Lee for that. We need more battlers that will be honest with themselves and say, "Hey, I lost, or I wasn't prepared." You know, instead of trying to convince people that you want to battle. That's all I'm saying. You can't convince nothing in this battle. J Grade 3-0. I wish it was a better battle. Um, then it was what Sniper and Monster. Sniper and Monster. I got Sniper 2-1. I'm not mad at somebody say Monster 2-1. You know, it was a really good back and forth battle. Really good back and forth battle. Um, I know what I kept. You know, it was good. It was good. You know, that probably is a really that was a really good back and forth battle. And we're talking about two of the newer talents that are doing their thing. They definitely had a really good battle. So I'm not mad at a 2-1 either way. I had Sniper 2-1 in a good back and forth battle. Um I look forward to what's next with the both of them. Monster's doing his numbers. He's doing his numbers. Um he's in a good place right now. Far as like the names he's getting and the performances that he's having. Like Monster's in a good place right now. Same goes for Sniper. Same goes for Sniper. I've known for a while that Sniper was a really good battler. I've known it for a while. Um, like RBE days, him being a brick. I knew then that he he raps very very well. You know, and he showed it even far as RBE and far as being a brick. He showed it. You know, now that he's left that, he's like more people are getting to see Sniper and what he can do. Um, so that's dope. That's dope. Um, especially saying that he's coming from having one of the most talked about battles that potentially could be on the list of battles of the year with Foots. Sniper versus Foots, one of the most talked about battles, potentially on the list for battle of the year. So Sniper just keeps getting better as the competition keeps getting better. Um, so that's what it is. I'm glad everybody else is getting to see the talent far as Sniper that I've been seeing for a while since back in his RBE days. I'm glad more people are now getting to see it. Um, Monster been on a roll his last few battles. He's been on a roll. I think he's on a card coming up. I can't remember the name of the card, but I know he's booked coming up though. Um, when you have great like back to back great performances, you always, you know, want to see how long they keep it up. You want to see that. You want to see how long they keep it up with having great performances, having great material, having moments, quotables, all of the above. The things that media and the fans are looking for when you're watching battles. Um, but that is a good back and forth battle. Then we went into First Lady Flames versus Eon. Um, First Lady Flames can't kick it from the first bar. Like, it's good to see Flames. Last time I seen Flames battle was her and J Love, which was We Go Hard a couple of months ago. So anytime we get to see Flames rap is always a good thing. So Flames get the pop of her shit as normal. Great round. Great first round. Coffee standing on the side, but on First Lady Flames' side. And the crazy part is, Coffee was catching shit from First Lady Flames and Eon that the crowd wasn't even one catching or reacting to. But I guess you could say that's the battle rapper in her, you know. Um, I gave First Lady Flames the first. Eon, I think, had the stumble in the first. Yeah, I think it was the stumble in the first. Um, and then the second round, both of them had fire second rounds. They both had good second rounds, but I edged Flames the second. I edged Flames. I gave Flames the second, and then I gave Eon the third. I gave Eon the third. Um, Win, lose, or draw, one thing you cannot take from Eon is that she don't pull up with some shit. You talking about she had what 12 rounds in a matter of maybe like 30 days. You talking about Gorilla, Caution 757, didn't Rain Fire Move, didn't the other weekend she just had Coffee Brand. So it's 12 rounds and probably like 30 days. And then to come battle First Lady Flames today. Win, lose, draw. Salute the Eon. Because mind you, 6 of those rounds was back to back, which was imminent 6 as far as OSBL. So salute to that. Um, I had First Lady Flames 2-1, but that was a good back and forth battle. Seeing that this battle happened, I hope this leads to and means we're gonna see First Lady Flames more. If I saw correctly on Tony Bro's page, he tweeted, I think something about two big announcements for First Lady Flame coming up soon. So I look forward to whatever those two announcements are, especially because she had the little hit list joint. So I look forward to who First Lady Flames battles next. As far as Eon, um, I would, as much as I want to say take a break, I want to say take a break. You talking about now you're at 15 rounds in probably like 30, 45 days. You know, fatigue, fatigue is starting to hit. So you don't want to burn yourself out. So I wouldn't mind Eon taking a little bit of a break and then popping back out for a big card. Say if she took a month break and then eventually pops back out for another big card. I wouldn't be mad. Because like Eon's been consistent. So 15 rounds, 30 to 45 days. You know, not light opponents either. Like Gorilla, Caution 757, Rainfire Moon, uh, Coffee Brown, and now First Lady Flames. Like those are solid opponents that she had to be on her eight. She had to be on it for, especially with Caution, Rainfire Moon, Coffee, and Flames. She knew she had to be on it with those. She knew she had to be on it with those. But salute the Flames. Look forward to who's next. Eon, so you don't burn out. Take a break, recalibrate, so you don't get burnt out. And then hopefully you pop out with a really good announcement coming soon. I definitely look forward to seeing who's next for Eon. Um, like she's had some solid ass matchups in like the last couple of months. She's had some solid ass matchups. Um, from there we went to uh Danny Myers versus the Saga. Now I know initially I said who asked for this battle, but I meant it as in why it happened now. Cause I thought it was supposed to have happened before URL. That's why I said it. That it seemed like it's late now for this battle to happen. But that was still a dope battle. It was a dope battle. I got the Saga 2-1. I got the Saga 2-1. Of course, Saga mentioned about the angle with what are you talking about? His kids. He mentioned about him getting his password to Keo, which these are things we knew was gonna be mentioned. Um Danny has some good bars. Now, Danny has some rebuttals that did not hit, you know. And it kind of still goes to the does Danny need to always rebuttal? I'm pretty like it goes to that. Does he need to rebuttal all the time? Because he rebutted to start the second and he rebutted to start the third. And neither one of them really hit like that. So it's like because the Saga had a rebuttal. He had a rebuttal Um, I think it was his second. He started his second, or Saga had a rebuttal in there somewhere that was dope. Um, and it was cool to see the Saga pop out. Like Saga's been outside a little bit. Um, but I know he's a dad and he's been working on music. Like the Saga makes some dope music. He does. He makes some dope music. If y'all haven't listened to the Saga's music, he makes some dope music. Um, he had K Jack behind him. That was dope. I would love to see K Jack battle again too. I like him. I like him. You know, like I would love to see Overflow do something again because I know they had an event. I'd love to see them do something again. To see K Jack, to see the Saga, voice the poet, or even see them again on Gates of the Garden. You know, overall, 5 dope bulletproof warm up battles, and the best part, they were free. That was the best part. They were free. They were free. Um, so last weekend, what we had Doc with Just Business, which was a whole card of the newer guys, which was dope. It was free on Twitch. It was at 11K before he took it off his Twitch. 5 out of the 6 battles ended up going on URL's app, and Eunice versus Lil Supreme ended up dropping on iBattle, and that's doing his numbers. So we keep saying we want to see the new talent do their thing. So salute the doc. Salute the doc. We have a whole card with newer talent on it. Um this TVL card I mean, Monster's making his name, Sniper's doing this thing, Jay Gray's doing their thing for the Midwest, Eon's doing their thing for the Midwest. Um and then you have like the more established people like J2, Danny Myers, the Saga, Flames, and people like that. So you had a little combination of both. Um, the other weekend, also Brad had their Scared Money Don't Make No Money um event. Westworld had You Can't Spell the West Without the ES. That was a 2-day event. Um, I watched a couple of battles as far as that. I watched XP and Gaddafi. I had XP. Um, I watched Brad and Gab Sinatra. I had Gab Sinatra winning. Um, Money and Royalty. I had Royalty winning. Um, Ishmula and the Kid Clutch was a good one. Was a good one. Um, let me see. So so we've had a lot of good battle rap the last couple of weekends. A lot of free battle rap at that. Um, I need to check some because I thought the stage had an event today, but I need to check. Um, let me check. Let me check. Um, um, okay. All right, so I had that wrong. So the stage doesn't have an event today. It's actually the 30th. That's the joint got Don Rich on it that I want to see. So I know Disorderly Conduct was today. I know Henny number three is on that card. I know Truth Theory is on that card. Um, let's see. Let me see if I can pop that card up. If I can pop it up. Um, yeah. So Disorderly Conduct. We got Rick B versus Droop. Chungi versus JDY. Hollis versus Funeral. Hitty number three versus B&B the Dom. I know that's gonna be a dope battle. And Keith and Theory Truth. That's going down today. And then tomorrow, going down tomorrow, you have Locked In going down on Twitter Spaces tomorrow. You got Fool versus YZI. Mr. ABM versus Deal Bundles. Josh Knight versus Brill's Tats. Dre the Hitman versus Wise You Maki. Rob Trey versus Trey Boogie. YGS versus Stilo. And Sino Savvy versus Notorious Notice. So that's something for Twitter Spaces tomorrow. But overall, good day of battles. I'm gonna try to go see if the live stream is still up for Showtime battles. I did see Preem's battle. He did his numbers. I saw part of 6'8's battle. I need to go see if Jay Moore and Holmesy battle yet because I want to see that. I do want to see that. So overall, overall, good, good day of battles. Good day of battles. Can't complain. Can't complain. Um, August 30th, we got King of the Cabin round two. Um, I think there's some events August 23rd. I believe there are. I gotta look. Um, I think I saw one event. That's about it. I gotta look. But like I said, the bulletproof warm up battles were good. 5 good battles. Nothing beats free. Can't be too choosy. Can't complain so much. Salute to TBL. Salute to Chilla. Um, I know people are upset that we couldn't see the face offs, but Chilla's gonna start dropping them as of Wednesday, if I heard that correctly. He's gonna drop a 1 by 1. So um tune in with OG Spaces. I believe he got a card coming up one of these days. He's always throwing a card. So tune in with him. Um and I'm gonna see what else is going on the timeline. We know Band was today. Band URL's Band was today in Florida. Next weekend is Nexus. That has a pay-per-view to be able to watch it. Um, Something else. So there's a lot of different things to watch as far as battle rap. You know, Going to try to watch what I can and support what I can.